This is Delia Melody, and today I'm doing my second weekly update on the progress of my hormone replacement therapy. Okay, technically it's been like 1 day over exactly 3 weeks that I've been on hormones at this point. So I apologize, things have just been a little bit crazy and it's kind of running my time for recording videos. At any rate, that's not really a bad thing, because the changes that take place during hormone replacement therapy are not things that happen overnight. They're very gradual, slow, continuous changes. That being said, there's still a few things I've noticed to talk about with you, so that you'll know what to expect. So last time, one of the main things I spoke about was the effect that being on spironolactone and estradiol was seeming to have on my body hair and my facial hair. It was actually one of the first noticeable things that started to happen aside from psychiatric changes. And those changes have actually progressed a little bit. The hair on my body, especially noticing on my chest and legs, is actually coming back still again, even thinner and slower than it did in the past, which of course makes me extremely happy. And last time I also talked about how my facial hair was noticeably weaker at the roots, making shaving a lot easier. At this point, not only is it weaker at the roots, but the growth itself has actually slowed down pretty significantly. It used to be that I would have to shave every single morning. At this point, however, the growth has slowed to the point that what's there the next morning is a lot more like what used to be there the evening after shaving. And you can definitely feel it's there, and you can see that it puts a more prominent shadow there. You can feel the stubble if you run your hand across it, but it's not enough to shave. Kind of a good and a bad thing at the same time, because of the fact that while I really like not having to shave every single day, having to use more orange concealer on my face on a day like today, the day after shaving, is not fun. Obviously still going to have to get laser hair removal at some point when I can afford it, because no amount of hormone replacement therapy is ever going to change a full face of facial hair into just, you know, the thin, sparse, barely noticeable covering that a cisgender woman has. But in the meantime, it's really reassuring to see something quantifiable, to be able to know that changes are along the way. I also had noticed at the end of the first week just the barest beginnings of what you could tell were a little bit more female fat deposition and breast development. That's also continuing very slowly, but when I say very slowly, it's extremely slow. Honestly, at first in the breast area, it starts to look like you're kind of growing little pecs, sort of. It's easy to see on me since I've never had the muscle mass to have visible pectoral muscles. But you can tell from touching at the consistency that it's fat deposition. If you look at the center of the chest, you can see that the shape is different, and if you look at it from an angle, you can see that the slope is different and clearly forming a very, very, very subtle breast-like shape. From other people's experience, I've been told that the whole breast development portion of hormone replacement therapy varies from individual to individual, but in general you can expect that part to take about 3 to 4 months. And expectations for breast size are going to obviously vary from person to person. A lot of that depending on the age you were at when you started your hormone replacement therapy, and also what the average breast size was in the female members of your family. You can generally expect, in most cases, starting hormones at a young age to maybe come in at like a cup size below the average breast size in the female side of your family. Once again, your mileage is going to vary with that. It all depends on you and your body. Aside from that, the main things I've been noticing have actually been a bit of a lack of energy. There have been a lot of days when I've had to just kind of lay down and take a nap during the middle of the day because I'm tired. I'm hungry a lot more than I used to be. And I probably need to start working out, because I am just starting to notice the beginnings of a little bit of weakness in my muscles. It's actually weirdly most noticeable in the shower when I'm washing my hair. My arms get a little bit tired from being up there for so long. In addition to that, I've had a few heat flashes here and there and a little bit of night sweating, but not a whole lot. It's not an everyday occurrence or anything like that. Emotionally, I'm also starting to come down to a really good baseline. I talked last time about how I was pretty much ready to cry at the drop of the hat over anything. I've always been a person who is brought to tears very easily, but it was insane during that first week. That's leveled out a bit. And the crying actually feels like a useful sort of crying that's actually doing what it's supposed to do and calming me down when I'm upset. Also mellowed out a lot. I've found that the little things that used to really, really get me angry just aren't doing it anymore. It's a lot easier to just say whatever. And I've been going through a few crises in my life, and a lot of times in the past, my first reaction whenever I would be dealt a crisis would be to engage in self-harm or become suicidal. And it's just not there anymore. I still get really depressed about it and a bit hopeless, but the suicidality and the drive to harm myself are just really no longer there. Other little things, my cheeks are still slowly filling out a little bit more, and some of my friends have been telling me that they've noticed a significant change in my hair and my complexion, that I kind of have the kind of glow that they would describe a pregnant woman having in her skin, that I just look a lot healthier. I feel like I'm forgetting something important, but I can't remember what it is right now. So whenever I think about it again, I'll definitely make a note of it for the next video. So when we started out with this, I did promise that I would be doing at least a weekly update on how things are going with my hormone replacement therapy. But to be quite completely frank with you, the changes that are going to be happening from here on out are things that are going to be happening a lot slower and not going to be anywhere near as noticeable. So I don't know that I would be able to set a specific deadline for when my future videos on my documentation will be, but I can promise you that I definitely will make a new video to let you know anytime anything noteworthy is happening. So I feel like there's a lot of documentation of trans people that's way too much before and after, and not enough of what's actually going on in real time. And that's the main purpose of this. I want trans people who are going to be going through this to know what to expect every step of the way. As always, thanks so much for watching, and until next time, be yourself.